Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Here we are in the Crystal Tower series, our side quest episode number 14. Hope you're all doing very well. We're going to go ahead and talk to Gratia right here. For prosperity. The Fellowship of Noah being accounted for. It is time the assembly was called to order. Ambros will be presiding over this meeting. It would be so kind as to inform him of your readiness to proceed. Oh, I'm ready. Welcome back here. I have been reading about your encounter in the Labyrinth of the Ancients. It praised me greatly to note that it seemed none of the worse for the experience. For your reference, I have added my own notes in Gara's preliminary expedition report and begun complicating a Crystal Tower survey log. The information contained therein will be available to you at all times. Should you have any questions, you need only ask. Now, if there are no objections, I shall begin with a summary of the expedition's key accomplishments. Oh. I was expecting that to actually be a longer quest. Because I know after this, it's another raid. Alright. In the course of this, our first foray into the grounds of the Crystal Tower, we succeeded in neutralizing the structure's outer defenses before proceeding to secure the maze surrounding the base of the spire. According to Kira's account, the labyrinth's defenses were most empathetically active. Disturbingly, her report also mentions a violent encounter with a sentry heavily augmented by Allegan technology. In short, our misgivings were all founded. The Crystal Tower was not simply thrust above the ground by the chaotic shifting of the earth. It has somehow been reawoken. If it seems increasingly likely the tower's secrets should prove too dangerous to share with the world, we will have no choice but to contain them, short of leveling the place. This has almost certainly involved returning the mechanisms to a state of dormancy. To do that, however, we must first need to address the question of how they work. The answer which must surely be waiting for us inside the tower itself. In conclusion, that is where we must go. Task rather easier said than done. The perils of the labyrinth are any indication. And I move that all further exploration of the tower be delayed until such time as extensive analysis of the structured defenses have been completed. Master Garland may entrust you with this task. It would be my pleasure. And yes, I know I read that backwards again, but same difference. Don't forget about us. It's like you said, Chief. We founded the Ironworks to make sure that technology was used for the right reasons, and that means making sure it's not used for the wrong ones. We wouldn't be doing our jobs if we didn't see this through to the end. Lads, well, I hope you're ready for some back-breaking chores. Well, everything seems to be in hand here, so I shall take my leave of you. For the present, if I am to witness this valiant tale unfold with my own eyes, I must need hone my martial skills ere we ascend the spire. You'll do nothing of the sort, Gara. Your knowledge may prove useful to Master Garland's investigation. As an observer, I am not, strictly speaking, subject to your authority. Pray do not mistake my intent, Kira. I am well aware that I shall never be a match for the one of your inner talents. However, hard I train, be that as it may, pray do not allow your skills to rust from disuse during the coming pauses. We will need you fighting fit for our subsequent forays as are to prove us as productive as this one. Mark me, we have not yet caught more than a briefest glimpse of which time has obscured. However, we shall cast off the veil and gaze upon the glory of the Allegan Empire. And with that encouraging thought in mind, it is time to begin this assembly. It's time to bring this assembly to a close. Let us focus the task at hand, that our next expedition may begin all the sooner. Meeting adjourned. Such a terrible mess. Yet it does not. Yet it does leave the door wide open, so to speak. When can I help but be impressed? I'm beginning to understand the reliance of your place on the adventurer's old friend. So, this is the legendary Elegant Empire left behind. Legacy, sorry. My readings are correct. The energy source waiting atop the tower is a match for even the ultimate weapon. Nay, more than a match. A new toy for me to play with. Ah, Nero. I believe the fates had conspired to deny me my just rewards. Once again. But it would seem they had a greater destiny for me in mind. And so long as my ambition burns, I shall strive to seize it. Dream lives on, Sid. Do not disappoint me. What did I just get? Oh, Curia. Alright. Guess time for another raid. Ah, 'tis you, my friend. You are doubtless eager to hear of our progress on the Crystal Tower. Not really. Excellent. I'd be disappointed to hear otherwise, of course. Disappointed is the word of the day, I fear. I'm ashamed to say that there is nothing worthwhile to report. The suns continue to probe the labyrinth of the ancients, and every day brings new discoveries. Alas, the same cannot be said of the Crystal Tower. Proper, we've been not able to set so much as a single foot inside of it. You'll recall how the 8 sentinels stopped between us and the labyrinth initially? In like manner, the entryway into the principal spire, Silicus Tower, the Elegants called it. It's also protected by technology far more advanced than our own. Sid and I have tried every trick we know, but without success. Frankly speaking, we are at a loss. It is discouraging, but we cannot give up. There must be a way in. And so the situation stands, my friend. Until we gain entry into the tower, I fear your talents shan't avail us. It will require some time I am loath to waste. But I have a mind to set my people to scourge such ancient texts as we have on hand. Perhaps we can be of assistance. Who dat? Who are you? And you are? Yeah, who are they? Greetings, friends, for we share the self-same goal. I am Une, and my companion is called Doga. We are scholars of the Allegan civilization, sent by the students of Valdician to assist in your endeavor. Une and Doga, rather unusual names for this day and age. I might be forgiven for observing, but I digress. Claim to be here at the students' behalf, but we received nary a word of your coming. Moreover, a light in recent incidents of the Isle, well, I should think that they're rather pressing concerns. You can only assume that the message failed to reach you due to some mishap. I assure you that we are here to help. What is it, Kara? There's nothing. There's a pain, but it has subsided. Well, this is rather unexpected. Your right eye is the same as ours. Same. You have the Allegan eyes as well. The sanguine hue is said to be a trait unique to Allegan, yet I inherit it from my father as he did from his. Only one child in a single generation is born with the eye. All my life I have sought to learn the truth of its manifestation. If there is aught you know, I implore you to tell me. My deepest apologies, but we have no answer for you. Only one thing is certain: those who possess the trait are bound by fate to Alleg. As your eye has placed upon you the path you walk, so too have we come here to fulfill our destiny. Absurd though it may sound, it is the truth. It seems to me that we have naught to lose by accepting their aid. What say you? If that is your wish, then so be it. Yet know that I still meant to verify your story with the students of Baldician. When I am able, I trust there will be no objections. Very well. As of this moment, I name Une and Doga advisory members of NOAA. Without further ado, let us have them explain the Silica's Tower entrance. I promise you'll not cause to regret for your decision. Era, I should be much obliged if you are to accompany our new friends to the tower. Biggs and Wedge are personally surveying the 8 sentinels. 2 of them can show you the way. Upon arrival, pray report to Master Garland. He will brief you on the situation. I shall join you, Kiara, with Une and Doga knowledge, along with uncanny knack of setting events in motion. I am hopeful that we will finally see progress. Okay, so now we gotta fly all the way back down there. The 8 sentinels. Oh, they ain't 8 sentinels no more. Like 8 piece of rouge. Hey, Biggs. Well, if it isn't Kiara, eager to enter Silica's Tower and kill everything in sight, no doubt. As I'm sure you've already heard, though, the place is locked up quite tight as a clam. New friends from the students, you say? Excellent. It's been slow going, or rather no going, for the chief help. He'll appreciate the help. If you'll just follow me, I'll take you to him. Ah, some old faces to lift the spirit, and a couple of new ones besides. Allow me to introduce Une and Doga. They are scholars of the ancient Alag, sent here by our friends of Baldician to aid in the investigation. We understand you're having trouble circumventing the tower's defenses. 'Tis our hope that we can be of some small assistance. Your attire is ought to go by. Your assistance should prove invaluable indeed. To begin with, let me tell you where we stand. Beyond the Ryasika's Tower, the principal spire of the structure collectively known as the Crystal Tower. The only way to get inside is through the pivotal front door. The imposing gate you see here, the problem is we can't get it open. It's sealed by some mechanism whose working are an utter mystery to us. Having had no success via the Orthodox message, I went all in with everything from a pickaxe to Magitech cannon. Nothing so much as put a scratch on it. For a blessing, the gate doesn't try to reduce us to ashes like the 8 sentinels, but that doesn't make it any less efficient as a security measure. Fiendishly frustrating in its simplicity. The only clue we have is the elaborate device called upon it. A man and a woman replicate Alakan royalty by my judgment. Precisely who these individuals were we cannot say, nor do we know whether the device actually serves a purpose. Like as not, it's purely decorative. And let me guess, they're the Royal Elegants. You're thinking to force it, save your strength. It's no use. Just ask the colleagues in my hand. Oh, the calluses on my hands. Rest assured, we do not mean to waste our strength. Indeed, why should we exhort ourselves when the gate will open of its own accord? I don't think any of us expected that to happen. Seven hells, what is this? What did you do? What are you? Should the right question be, who are you? Piercing the heavens and gathering the light, a symbol of mankind's glory and might. Virtue guarded by gates impregnable, only to those royal blood answerable. Exactly as passed down through the legend, I am delighted to see. Yes, Nero. Beg pardons for interrupting your bewilderment. I couldn't help but notice the remarkable playthings you have acquired. Nero, you're still alive? Garland, Garland, if I didn't know any better, I would say that you were happy to see me. Ah, but I jest. In light of our recent meetings, you have every right to be wary. Rest assured, I am no longer a threat to you. My legion is for all intents and purposes defunct. And my association with it means to tight noose awaits me back in Garlemid. And so I've been roaming this land Erosia, ignorant. In the course of my wanderings, I chanced to catch wind of your latest venture. It sounded positively fascinating, and so I decided to come here and join you. For the wrongs you've committed, you think us that gullible? If you are suspicious of my intent, it is only just deserts. But I am determined to make amends. As a gesture of goodwill, I will share with you what I know, starting with these two odd characters. As you are doubtlessly already aware, the Crystal Tower was a symbol of ancient Alaga's might and prosperity. Entry was permitted only to royalty and a select few individuals. According to the records I have unearthed, only royal blood can open the gate. In other words, the Emperor and his progeny were the living keys. You mean to say that these two are descended from Alagan royalty? Oh, I suggest nothing so glamorous. To put it plain, they are imitations of royalty, living keys born of Alagan ingenuity. Clones, I believe, is the name your creators gave your kind. Is that not so? It would seem that the time for concealment is past. Pray accord our apologies. It was not our intent to deceive you. We simply wish to avoid causing unalloyed alarm by prematurely making but many would consider dangerous claims. If you please, let us return to the Eight Sentinels. There is much more to tell. Very well. What the hell? Seven Hells, do you seriously mean to follow us around? Come, Garland, you know me better than to think that I spoke in jest. What more will it take us for to be reconciled? A gift, perhaps? Elegant tombstone. It holds the information I just shared with you. And a deal more besides that used to be the just jealousy guarded property of the 14th Legion, but it's yours now. I wish you the joy of it. Look forward to working together, old friend. I say we kill him right now. Do it. Stab him in the back. He's gonna stab us in the back. Oh. I thought this one was gonna be a raid. Well, maybe, but... Alright, let's see what these guys have to say. If you already listened, we shall tell you all. Yes. As it pertains closely to your investigation, your leader, Ramboros, may wish to be present. Before we begin, pray allow me to apologize again. It was not to our intent to deceive you. As you will all gather, we are not scholars sent by the students of Valdician. Nay, we are clones. Copies of people who once existed, given life through elegant technology. This is rather a lot to take in. It would not be considered unseemly, might I ask, why you and yours were created? And more specifically, what is it that you seek? Answering your questions require that we revisit elegant history. Pray bear with us. The Elegant Empire reached its zenith long before our kind came into being. In that glorious age, the Crystal Tower stood as a symbol of elegant pride. Parents looked their children there, that they might learn how nigh limitless energy is produced, brought to prosperity to the whole empire. That prosperity, however, bred dissonance, and the empire began to show signs of stagnation. Decline was made all the more rapid with the strong leadership. In a matter of generations, the elegant civilization became a pale shadow of its former self. Its once gleaming cities fell into despair. Frontier lands were given over to the wilderness. Amnessing the pitiful state of affairs, one technologist made it its mission to restore Alec to its greatness. Amon was his name, and he believed that Alien Empire wanted but for a potent ruler, and none was more potent than his founding father, whom he sought to resurrect. Founding father, you cannot mean Emperor Zandal. Another, as a part of his experiments, Ammon created clones of the Emperor's descendants. We are the products of that experiment, copies of Une and Daga. Historical texts mention the reign of two elegant empires named Zande. It was commonly believed that the second was the namesake of the first, after all. Such a custom is not uncommon among royalty and commoners alike, to think that the two were in fact one and the same. Zandal returned to the grave and presumed the throne once more. And true, to Alman's prediction, the Emperor restored his realm to glory it once knew. Would that we could have been satisfied with that. In his previous life, the Emperor desired to bring the entire world under Allegan dominion, an ambition that ultimately went unfulfilled. Having been granted a second chance, he was determined to succeed. Realizing that he needed more power to wage his war of Contra, Xande turned his sights towards a forbidden source, darkness. In order to learn how to harness the power, he converted the crystal tower into a restricted research facility. Darkness again? Seven hells. What is it that the megalomechanical rulers turning to darkness for their lust for power? Well, at least this one won't be bothering us, being thousands of years dead and all. But that you are right, Master Garland. Alas, Emperor Xande is very much alive within Sicker's tower. He still abides his ambition, burning all the more ardently for his empire's collapse. Building the power of darkness requires prodigious amounts of energy that not even the crystal tower can produce in order to augment the shortfall. Dalamud was created and launched into the heavens. On high it hung, gathering the sun's energy and channeling it to the tower below. However, a miscalculation resulted in a surge of energy that escaped into the land. This triggered an earthquake and unprecedented violence. Calamity that unleashed in the Fourth Umbral Era. In the blinking of an eye, the Allegan Empire was laid to waste. Yet even as the Crystal Tower was sinking into the earth, the technologicalist Daman, now Emperor Xande's closest aide, invoked powerful magitex and halted the flow of time. Every soul within that structure the Emperor included was placed in a deep slumber. In that state they were to remain until the time was ripe to awaken. Eris came in the way. After millennia of light darn, Dalamud was summoned back to the earth. Its ascendant triggered the seventh umbral calamity, in the wake of which Crystal Tower re-emerged. At that moment, Emperor Xande awakened. In his lust for power, the Emperor consorted with the darkness and was seduced by its corrupting influence. We know his empire is now little more than a fading memory. He will stop at nothing to see his ambitions realized. It is for no other purpose to just put an end to Xande's madness that we exist. This is the mantle we have inherited for our namesakes, the true Une and Daga. Fearing what might befell the world, the two of them sought to thwart their emperor. They gave unto their will that we might carry on their mission should they fail. We came to our senses within the Crystal Tower. We deliberated a course of action, concluding that we alone could not overcome Xande. We stuck to find a worthy ally. It has taken years, but our search is finally over. There's no ordinary woman that can cut a path through the labyrinth of the ancients. You as our champion, Kiara Mitsunade, we are confident that we can end Xande's dark ambition once and for all. Oh, that'll teach me we're speaking too soon. Setting my charge on the side, I see now that what we know about the students of Bastonia, among a host of other things. You were observing our investigation the whole time. So what will we do, Kiara? The world's in grave danger again. It's just so happened you're an expert on that. Oops. Got my mouse. Our eternal gratitude. Together, let us see the Allegan Empire's dark past laid to rest. It's been our mission to recover the long-lost knowledge of the Allegan civilization, but for what it's worth in knowledge, it's been to subjecting the realm of peril. Truth be told, it pains me to think that the Tower of Secrets may become lost to us, but the greater good must never come first. No quantity of ancient rulers can compare to our friends of Une and Doga, living, breathing Allegans. And so I hereby declare a change in Noah's objective. Henceforth we shall direct all efforts to sealing off Scylla's tower. Its dark secrets must be never known to the light of day. Kira, as you did within the Labyrinth of Ancients, I would have you enter the structure and eliminate the hostile elements. Suffice it to say, this includes Emperor Zade himself. Meanwhile, the rest of us shall examine ways to isolate Sicris Tower from the outside world. To work then. Well, there's something I must know. My right eye is like yours. Does this mean... You had inherited the trait from your father, you said. Know that clones are unable to bear offspring. You have no cause for concern. The Allegan Eye, you called it. But to us, it's the Royal Eye. Owing to the fact that the trait manifests only in those possessed of royal blood. I cannot well explain why the eye runs in your line, but I am disinclined to think it as a coincidence. Though you are doubtless impatient to learn the truth, pray have patience and will be rewarded in due time. Alright everybody, I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Please be sure to check me out on Facebook. Link is in the description below. Also be sure to follow me on Twitter at ShibiWowsGaming. I follow all followers back. With that being said, everyone, I will see you all in the next one.